meeting of the Atlantic County Board of Commissioners is called to order in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act of the state of New Jersey. Adequate notice of this meeting of the Atlantic County Board of Commissioners was provided in the following manner. Published in the Press of Atlantic City and mailed to the Current and the Hamilton Gazette, and has been posted on the bulletin boards in the county office building in Atlantic City, the Stillwater building in Northfield, and the county clerk's office in Mays Landing. And I wanted to take the opportunity before we begin to recognize the accomplishments of County Counsel Jim Ferguson, and in regards to the Central Municipal Court in Atlantic County, along with County Executive Levinson, who will soon be honored. For those who may not be aware, the Atlantic County Executive and the Board of County Commissioners will be recognized with the 2022 New Jersey Municipal Managers Association Award for the creation of the Central Municipal Court of Atlantic County, the first consolidated court of its kind in the state of New Jersey. During the New Jersey League of Municipalities Conference held in Atlantic City, November 15 to 17, the chief architect, as we know, is Mr. Ferguson, and deserves to be recognized for this honor.
Congratulations.
A lot of work there. I would also like to extend my congratulations to Commissioner Corsi, Commissioner Days, and Commissioner Gatto on their reelection to the board. We look forward to continuing to serve with you moving forward in 2023.
Thank you.
Commissioner. Okay, we have an opening prayer.
Let us pray. God of all nations of people, grant us the knowledge and compassion to wisely execute the duties of our office. We ask, O God, that you bless our nation and this world with peaceful solutions in all controversy. Amen.
Amen. We'll stand in favor of the flag. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, well, roll call.
Madam Chairwoman, Commissioner Davis coming on attending virtually today, and Commissioner Parker is not feeling well, so he will not be attending.
Thank you.
Dallas.
Here.
Regino.
Here.
Corsi. Days.
Here.
Fitzpatrick.
Here.
Gatto.
Here.
Risley.
Here.
And Kern.
Here. Okay, commissioners have had the opportunity to review the minutes from November 1, 2022. I'll entertain a motion to adopt the November 1, 2022 minutes as presented.
So.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi and seconded by Commissioner Risley. Fortino. And seconded by Commissioner Fortino. Okay, we'll have roll call.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Bertino.
Yes.
Corsi.
Yes.
Days.
Yes.
Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Gatto.
Yes.
Risley.
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Okay, anyone in person that would like to speak during public comments, please come to the podium, state your name and the town you reside. You'll be provided up to 3 minutes to speak. If you're attending virtually, please type yes and the resolution number in the question and answer box. Any items not listed on the agenda, you may speak during public comments. You'll be raised from an attendee to a panelist. When you're raised, please state your name and the town that you reside. And that brings us into our bond ordinances with ordinance number 4.
Bond ordinance providing for election equipment and related improvements by and in the County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey, appropriating $3,378,000, therefore authorizing $3,217,000 bonds or notes of the county to finance part of the cost thereof. First reading.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi and seconded by Commissioner Gatto. This is a first reading, so we do not have public comments at this time. Any comments from our commissioners?
Madam Chair. Thank you, sir.
Commissioner Gatto.
Just the budget committee reviewed this item yesterday morning in our subcommittee, and I just want to offer some highlights of the discussion. Given the age and the condition of our current voting machines, and the availability of parts to fix or even replace some of our current voting machines, we've been slowly trying to transition to the new, a new voting machine. You saw the electronic poll books in this last election that are now being used countywide. So we are putting forth this bond ordinance now to replace the remaining fleet of the old voting machines with the new ones. And the reason we want to do this now is we want our election officials and staff to be able to have the time to receive, replace appropriately, dispose of the old ones appropriately, train, and become acclimated with the new machinery countywide before we get into a presidential election year, which will be the year following, which we know is the highest turnout election cycle typically. So we're really planning ahead, and I commend our staff for the work they've done over the last several months to get in front of this and plan for this. So I believe we're bringing this bond ordinance to the table with full support from the budget committee to be purchased this year. I don't know if the committee members want to add anything else.
Well, I just want to say, I also understand that you did have an excellent presentation from the Board of Elections.
We did. Superintendent Bogdan and Deputy Audrey Miles did a great job.
Yeah, and very
Presenting.
detailed, and, anything 20 years old.
Yes,
You know?
yeah.
Commissioner Corsi.
Yeah, Madam Chair, Amy stole some of what I was gonna say.
Oh.
She did a good job.
It's best practice. It's not stealing.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I like that though. But all jokes aside, I can't commend the board enough because they have been working and we have been talking for a number of years about upgrading machines, et cetera. So the time has certainly come. It is interesting. Here it is, a week after the election, national. They still fooling around with ballots, counting, stuff not working. So we certainly commend our staff, hoping that when our new stuff come in, we don't have to wait. Election night, y'all made me wait till 10 o'clock. But I knew the results before 10, but the fact of the matter is that they deal with old equipment, as Amy indicated.
Right.
It's time for the upgrade. The time is right. The time is now. And Amy couldn't have said it better. Let's get ready for the presidential election. I might even be a candidate.
Better be right.
Yeah, Trump can talk about Van Drew being his running mate. Hell, I might as well be Frank Vallis's running mate. But the fact of the matter, I think that, seriously, we thank y'all for outstanding job in the conditions they had to work under.
Right.
Like Amy said, putting stuff together, fixing them, it's outdated. And I think this board understands it, especially if you're an elected official. The last thing you want to be is waiting all damn night. Talk about the machine broke down, but it can break it down because it's old machines. And so going forward, we hope that eliminates a whole lot of stuff. And I got to tell you, I was very impressed again with early voting. Going in, doing the machine, blah, blah, blah. It's the easiest way in the world. I mean, people, on another note, Madam Chair, if I may, we get early voting and folks don't take advantage of it.
Yes.
So if you didn't have early voting to offer, they'd be complaining that they don't have early voting. Now that you have early voting, folks need to use it,
Absolutely.
right? And so those machines, the staffers that worked those long hours for that week did an outstanding job. Interesting to me was a gentleman came from Hamilton Township, of all places, not on early voting day, but on election day to vote, only to tell him he was in the wrong place. Right day, wrong place. But that kind of stuff, but the workers were outstanding, helping people, explaining to people, assisting them, not voting for them that I know of. But the fact was, people felt very comfortable going to early voting. And if that's any indication what these machines are going to be something similar to, I think it's a welcome to all of us.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
again, hats off to the board, and certainly I'm sure this board will do the right thing.
Thank you very much, Commissioner.
Madam Chair?
Commissioner Grizzly?
Yeah, I think this ordinance to me is a no-brainer. Both offices, the offices that are responsible for elections in this county, have done an excellent job over many years, not just 1 or 2, but over many years. Done a very good job. And when they come and they ask for something, I know it's correct and it's right and it's good for Atlantic County. And like you said, Commissioner, you don't read about Atlantic County being in the newspaper with problems. And that's a credit to our system here in Atlantic County. We're very proud of it. Thank you.
Commissioner Bertino.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a couple of things. One, of course, I've had people ask me that the machinery we're getting, these are the same ones that they've used in early voting the last couple of years, so they're pretty familiar with it. I think another important point is too, I believe the state is actually funding partially a percentage of this, almost 50+%, maybe 54. I don't know the exact number. I believe that's the case if we do it at this time. So it's advantageous to us and also the taxpayers, besides bringing us up into the, like I like to say at the county, the 20th century. So, which is great. So a no-brainer for me as well.
I used to say the 18th century, but I changed it on this one to the 20th. I changed it to the 21st.
That'll work. That's just go 20th is fine.
Do I have any?
I don't want to go too far at once.
Madam Chair, thank you. Just want to say, a couple years ago, the superintendent of elections, board of elections, did a lot of research on the poll books and the new machines. I've used them during the last 2 years of early voting. They're very easy. They're very helpful, especially if someone is hard of hearing or has issues with sight, with being able to brighten and dim the units. Went through some of their little training classes when they had out in the park in Mays Landing. And I think Maureen brought it to a League of Municipalities meeting and went through it thoroughly with the elected officials. And it's good for Atlantic County. It's much overdue. Look forward to seeing these new machines being used in all of our elections in a real near future.
Thank you, Commissioner. Mr. Fitzpatrick.
So we're all in agreement that this is a really good idea. For me, a big part of it is restoring or continuing integrity in the elections because you get a receipt that you voted. Is that correct? You get a paper receipt,
You
right?
don't get
No.
it. Goes
Or
to-
there
goes
is,
to the
there
machine.
is a paper receipt, okay. Like Superintendent Bugden said, we don't want that headline of something going wrong in one of our elections. And so this is a good spend of money.
Closely needed.
Madam Chair, I threw you to the Board of Elections. It is my understanding that the early voting machine, for example, let me stick with that. That is almost a tracking how many people have voted. Can you pull that out when folks go into the polling place? They don't tell you who you voted for. It just tells you that this amount of people have voted by this particular time now, opposed to just doing the books, right? So I think that's another plus. It kind of gauges what kind of turnout. It doesn't tell you who they voted for. It just says 2:00, 500 people voted, whatever the case may be. Probably back at the shop, they can say Ernest Corsi voted, but they don't know who the hell Ernest Corsi voted for. Is that a fair statement? Okay. So,
We don't have any public comment right now.
No.
Just as a clarification on a couple
We
of things.
can't, we really can't right now because there's no public comment. Okay,
Madam Chairwoman,
yes.
there was a revision in the agenda. I have the old agenda, and with your permission, I'd like to read bond ordinance 4 back again with the correct numbers.
Okay, thank you.
Bond ordinance providing for election equipment and related improvements by and in the County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey, appropriating $3,600,000, therefore, and authorizing $3,420,000 bond and note to the county finance part of the cost thereof, first reading.
Move it as amended.
Second, as amended.
Okay, moved by Commissioner Ballas and seconded by Commissioner Rea. Any further comments? Have a roll call.
Alice?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes,
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. And I do want to say, I do apologize for people, but we don't have on the first reading any public comments. But the second reading, which will be our next meeting, Madam Clerk?
December the 6th, it's December 6th, yes.
Okay, so if anybody wants to make any comments at that time. Okay, ordinance number 10, please.
Ordinance authorizing acquisition of a temporary construction easement from property designated as Block 730, Lot 5.02 on the tax map of Hamilton Township pursuant to NJSA 48:12-1 and following, and NJSA 20:3-1 and following final rule.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto and seconded by Commissioner Bertino. Any comments from the commissioners? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public since it's a final reading? Okay, a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. That brings us to Resolution 622.
Grant agreement with the Atlantic County Sheriff's Office and the Departments of Psychiatry and Psychology at the Rowan University School of Osteopathic Medicine to develop a crisis outreach and police encounters response system, amount not to exceed $306,515.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Corsi. Any comments from the commissioners?
Madam Chair, just to highlight for the public, this is a really great program that is going to put mental health professionals in partnership with our Hope One van and allow them to, be on scene of an emergency or a crisis where they get called, so that we can help address, any type of problem that is going on. So it also helped a person who may be in crisis to get resources and help that they may need right on the spot, rather than, kind of taking them and then releasing them out and hoping that they go get it. So I think it's going to be a really great program.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Commissioner. Totally agree. Any other commissioner comments? Okay, well, for roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. That brings us to Resolution 623.
Grant application from the New Jersey Department of Human Services, Division of Aging Services for the Older Americans Act 2023 Area Plan Grant. Amount not to exceed $2,303,816.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Ballas and seconded by Commissioner Fitzpatrick. Any comments from the commissioners? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, well, roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Brings us to Resolution 624, please.
Grant application from the New Jersey Department of Human Services for the 2023 statewide respite care program, amount not to exceed $176,850.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Ballas. Any comments from the commissioners? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, well, roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 625, please.
Grant application and acceptance from the New Jersey Division of Mental Health and Addiction Services to the County Opioid Epidemic Innovation Project to be used to reopen a county recovery center and to provide services to family members of opioid overdose death victims. Amount not to exceed $252,118.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any comments from commissioners? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, well, roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to combine and adopt resolution number 626 to 632, chapter 159.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Risley, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any comments from the commissioners? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, well, roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, motion carries. That brings us to our professional service agreements with Resolution 633.
Amending Resolution Number 58 adopted February 15, 2022, a professional services agreement with Traffic Planning and Design Incorporated to resurface Ocean Heights Avenue Sections 4 and 5 in Egg Harbor Township and Hamilton Township, extend the term date only, no additional cost.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 634.
Professional services agreement with various vendors for perishable food quotations and purchases, amount not to exceed $1,207,009.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 635.
Professional services agreement with various firms to provide environmental consultant services, amount not to exceed $135,000.
Moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Ballas and seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, I'll roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 636.
Professional services agreement with Pinnacle Dietary Global to provide dietitian consulting services for Meadowview Nursing and Rehabilitation Center and intergenerational services. Amount not to exceed $90,000.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Risley, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Brings us into our bid contracts with Resolution 637.
Bid contract with Bob Barker Company Incorporated and Victory Supply Limited Liability Company to furnish and deliver inmate uniforms and supplies for the Atlantic County Justice Facility. Amount not to exceed $208,248.48.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi and seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 638.
Bid contract with Action Uniform Company Limited Liability Company to furnish and deliver uniforms to members of the Atlantic County Justice Facility. Amount not to exceed $94,500.
Second.
Was that, moved by Commissioner Val, seconded by Commissioner Corsi. Any commissioner comments?
No.
What?
None. We good. It was Amy actually, but it's
It was Amy?
Yeah.
She said Corsi.
I heard Corsi say the motion.
it's okay.
It's okay. Okay,
It's leak week. Don't worry about it.
any commissioner comments? Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 639.
Bid contract with Action Uniform Company Limited Liability Company to furnish and deliver uniforms to the Atlantic County Sheriff's Office and the Office of Emergency Management. Amount not to exceed $73,200.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto and seconded by Commissioner Ballas. Any commissioner comments? Seeing here none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 640.
Bid contract with various vendors for the provision of kitchen and catering supplies for the Department of Human Services, amount not to exceed $100,025.13.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi and seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing here none, anything from the public? Okay, roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 641.
Bid contract with JDJ Pets Incorporated doing business as Pets Plus to furnish and deliver animal food to the Atlantic County Animal Shelter. Amount not to exceed $53,375.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing here none, anything from the public? Okay, roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 642, please.
Bid contract with Northeast Plumbing Services Limited Liability Company to provide supplemental plumbing maintenance and repairs. Amount not to exceed $350,840.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Ballas and seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 643.
Renewal bid contract with W. Mason Company for the provision of miscellaneous office supplies for the Atlantic County Cooperative. Amount not to exceed $106,450.16.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Ballas. Any commissioner comments? Bertino. Seconded by Commissioner Bertino. Any commissioner comments? Seeing here none, anything from the public? Thank you. We'll have a roll call and thank you for letting me know, because sometimes you can't.
Sound
You're
like-
just hearing.
He's throwing his voice
You
around.
sound all like.
Yeah. Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carried. Brings us to our change orders with resolution 644.
Change order number one and final, a contract with South State Incorporated for emergency repair to the 8th Bridge BB-02 in the borough of Folsom. Net increase $16,709.40.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Bertino. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, well, roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 645.
Change order number three, a contract with El Feriazzi Concrete Company for pedestrian and traffic signal improvements of 28 signalized intersections along County Route 629 in Longport, Margate, Ventnor, and Atlantic City on Ventnor Avenue to provide supplemental work. Net increase $181,388.13.
Move.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. There.
Yep.
I know, I'm not sure you're supposed to say move. So, any commissioner comments?
Madam Chair,
Commissioner Ballas?
I guess to
Doug is on.
engineering, Doug,
Give it to me, Doug is
yeah,
on.
just what caused so much of an increase?
It's
No.
stormwater drain maintenance, I think is a big part of it.
This
They didn't
one,
know it wasn't there before the project started?
Well, they had, it was the way they had to move utilities around.
Yes. So,
I'll let the.
so we had to do, because we added drainage, we had to do, some test pits to determine conflicts with underground utilities. So that was a substantial portion of this, change order. We also had to move one of the meter cabinets. We had to replace some concrete sidewalk that we installed at the Red Roof Cafe in order to allow for the outdoor seating. There was also a fence at one property owner's house that we had to modify for our signal equipment. think that's pretty much most of what's on this change
Okay,
order.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any other commissioner comments? Seeing here none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas,
Yes.
Bertino,
Yes.
Corsi,
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Under leases, we have resolution 646.
Lease agreement with Career Opportunity Development Incorporated to operate a coffee shop at the Atlantic County Civil Courts Building and the Atlantic County Criminal Courts Complex Building.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Corsi. Any comments from the commissioners? Seeing here none, anything from the public? Okay, well, roll call.
Ballas,
Yes.
Bertino,
Yes.
Corsi,
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 647.
Lease agreement with B&B Parking doing business as Park Place Parking for 212 parking spaces at Arctic and North Carolina Avenues for a 5-year period amount not to exceed $1,085,640.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any comments from the commissioners? Seeing hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, well, roll call.
Ballas,
Yes.
Bertino,
Yes.
Corsi,
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 648.
Renewal lease agreement with the State of New Jersey Department of Treasury, Division of Property Management and Construction to lease space at the Atlantic County Civil Courthouse for the Chancery Division, amount not to exceed $90,063.50 per year for a 5-year period, revenue generating.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas,
Yes.
Bertino,
Yes.
Corsi,
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 649.
Business Associate Agreement with the New Jersey Department of Human Services, Division of Aging Services, and the Atlantic County Office on Aging to be included with the Older Americans Act 2023 Area Plan.
Moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Fitzpatrick. Any commissioner comments? Seeing hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas,
Yes.
Bertino,
Yes.
Corsi,
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Ridley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Motion carries. Brings us to Resolution 650, please.
Resolution to comply with the Department of Human Services requirement for a standardized board resolution to be filed with the 2023 area plan by the Atlantic County Division of Intergenerational Services.
Moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Ballas. Any commissioner comments? Seeing hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas.
Yes.
Bertino.
Yes.
Corsi.
Yes.
Days.
Yes.
Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Gatto.
Yes.
Risley.
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carried. Resolution 651.
Business Associate Agreement with the New Jersey Department of Human Services, Division of Aging Services, and the Atlantic County Division of Intergenerational Services to be included with the 2023 statewide respite care program.
Moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Fitzpatrick, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas.
Yes.
Bertino.
Yes.
Corsi.
Yes.
Days.
Yes.
Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Gatto.
Yes.
Risley.
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carried. Resolution 652.
Resolution to comply with the Department of Human Services requirement for a standardized board resolution to be filed with the 2023 statewide respite care program by the Atlantic County Division of Intergenerational Service.
Moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Fitzpatrick, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas.
Yes.
Bertino.
Yes.
Corsi.
Yes.
Days.
Yes.
Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Gatto.
Yes.
Risley.
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. That brings us to Resolution 653.
Approving an agreement to transfer title and possession of 4 Atlantic County vehicles that are no longer in use to the Atlantic County Utilities Authority.
Moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Risley. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, well, roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Brings us to resolution 654.
Acceptance of deeds, easements from various grantors in accordance with Atlantic County planning standards.
Moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Ballas. Any commissioner? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, well, roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 655.
Renewal shared services agreement with the South Jersey Transportation Authority for the continuation of community shuttle services along the Route 40 and Route 4 and Route 54 corridors and the Tilton Road connector. Amount not to exceed $675,000.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Ballas or Commissioner Bertino. Moved by Commissioner Bertino and seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 657.
Amending Resolution Number 468 adopted August 16, 2022, an interlocal services agreement with the Atlantic County Improvement Authority to bid and manage various county capital projects. Net increase $534,490.
Moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Ballas. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 658, please.
Seven.
Oh, 657, I'm sorry. Resolution 657.
Alternate method contract with Lee BHM Corporation doing business as the Press of Atlantic City for advertising for election notices. Amount not to exceed $50,000.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Risley, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 658.
Alternate method contract with Synergex International Corporation provide maintenance services for the Abacus and Admin/AP software for the Department of Family and Community Development. Amount not to exceed $50,208.88.
Moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Risley. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 659.
Alternate method contract with Claris Healthcare Incorporated for a proprietary software subscription for maintaining and supporting wireless tablets to vulnerable older adults. Amount not to exceed $58,800.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Corsi, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have roll call.
Ballas?
Yes.
Bertino?
Yes.
Corsi?
Yes.
Days?
Yes.
Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Gatto?
Yes.
Risley?
Yes.
And Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 660.
EU's contract with 3+1 Company Incorporated to provide liquidity analysis and data services. Amount not to exceed $58,000.
Or moved.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Ballas. Any comments from all commissioners?
Madam Chair. I
Commissioner
do
Gatto.
just want to mention, thought it was pretty notable highlight in our budget meeting. Bonnie had mentioned that working with this company and of course coupled with her expertise and the staff, we have a pretty amazing ROI on this contract. So I think last year, Bonnie, you said it was like 450,000 in savings based on the way you were removing the investments and the funds around. and you can correct me if I'm wrong there, but, it's pretty,
In 2021, I collected, $219,000 in interest. This year, our expected interest is gonna be just over $500,000.
yeah. So it's pretty notable. So just wanted to call that out.
Thank you. Any other commissioner comments? Anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas,
Yes.
Martina,
Yes.
Corsi.
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, Commissioner, motion carries. And prior to the reading of the next three resolutions, I'm gonna invite Commissioner Corsi, if you have anything to say in regards to shared services with Atlantic City, since these three have to do with shared services.
Oh, I got a whole lot to say.
Oh, yeah. Who didn't know that?
Right, Jerry? I think the county's done a good job with it.
Yeah.
Jerry, actually, on
Did you hear that, Jerry?
Jerry never been, and certainly have been in contact constantly with the city, with the business administrator, shared services, some other stuff we try to work out. Still working on some other stuff with the county, but I thought the relationship with the county and the city has been going very well.
Nice to hear.
Good.
Nice to hear. Thank you. Jerry.
That's because of Jerry's leadership. Oh, come on, he's got a way. He's got that. And then what he can't have, he gives it to Ferguson, but the tag team. But no, I think it's all going well.
All right, thank you, Commissioner. That's good to hear. Resolution 661.
Shared services agreement with the City of Atlantic City for the provision of home delivery, weekend, holiday meals, and community outreach. In the amount of $274,806 revenue generating.
Moved. Second.
Moved by Commissioner
Jinx.
Balance.
Ballas and seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing here none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have roll call.
Ballas.
Yes.
Martina.
Yes.
Corsi.
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick.
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 662.
Shared services agreement with the City of Atlantic City for the provision of transportation services in the amount of $410,028 revenue generating.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Bertino. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have roll call.
Ballas,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Corsi,
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 663, please.
Shared services agreement with the City of Atlantic City for the provision of public health services to Atlantic City residents in the amount of $484,361 revenue generated.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, seconded by Commissioner Risley. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have roll call.
Ballas,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Corsi,
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to combine and adopt resolution number 664 and 665.
Move.
Second. Moved by Commissioner Courtney, seconded by Commissioner Gatto. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas,
Yes.
Martino,
Yes.
Corsi,
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, motion carries. Resolution 666.
Authorizing consent for a roadway solicitation event by A Carver Township High School Band Boosters at the intersection of Ocean Heights Avenue, County Route 559, and Zion Road, County Route 615, in the Township of A Carver on Saturday, December 3, 2022, and Sunday, December 4, 2022, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Gatto, excuse me, seconded by Commissioner Risley. Any commissioner comments? Seeing, hearing none, anything from the public? Okay, we'll have a roll call.
Ballas,
Yes.
Bertino.
Yes.
Corsi,
Yes.
Days,
Yes.
Fitzpatrick,
Yes.
Gatto,
Yes.
Risley,
Yes.
and Kern.
Yes, motion carries. That concludes the written portion of our agenda. Any reports of special committees of the board? Seeing none, any unfinished business? Seeing none, any new business? Okay, some of us may have received copies of written communications and petitions. Is there anything that any of the commissioners would like to comment on?
Madam Chair. You this time, how about that?
I yield.
Just really quickly, finally, in about 2 weeks, December 5th, the state is beginning construction on Cologne Avenue and Route 322.
How many years?
Since 2018, we have been writing letters, doing resolutions. I can't even tell you how many emails Rich Davis and I have sent. Back and forth to the state, we even escalated it to the governor's office because we weren't getting the response from the DOT. Finally gonna have
Good
these.
news.
Let's pray that the weather
Holds.
holds. As much as I love snow, let's get that done first. But I'm really looking forward to it. I really am praying that this will help to minimize and mitigate the level of accidents that we have continued to see at that intersection. It is rated one of the worst intersections in the state of New Jersey. So it's a big improvement coming to Galloway. So exciting news.
Thank you. Yes, it is. Thank you very much,
Very good.
Commissioner. Commissioner questions?
Madam Chair, as you know, this is our last meeting before the holidays, so I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Also that, I am so damn glad this election is over. Had to be the nastiest, dirtiest campaign I've been in 37 years. The voters don't care for it. I don't care for it. And most of y'all know me. Y'all know I'm straightforward. I've never thrown mud, never name called. This one was over the line. You can attack me. When you attack my wife and kids, I got a problem. And the stuff they were doing and saying, first they knew it was a lie. They was trying everything they could to make stuff stick, and it didn't. And the voters spoke. They spoke loud and clear. We'll get over it. You're gonna see a new Ernest. I don't have time for the kiki and the hee-hees. They know who they are. If I have to call their names, I'll continue to call their names. They are best not to even attempt to say hello, because then they're gonna see the other side. And y'all know I've never talked like that. But when you bring my wife and kids into it, you cross the line. Like I said, I'm fair game. I'm elected official. My wife and kids didn't sign up for it. Folks I thought that were my at least considered friends have given me a clean eye opener. I've been in politics a long time, and you know when to draw the line. And at the end of the day, I am looking forward to the new district, getting out to continue to meet with residents in the Down Beach, the Ventnor, the Margate, and the Longport. Of course, no, I didn't actually win those districts, but I thought I did very well being in a new district. I thank God for Atlantic City, thank God for home base. But I've got to build that rapport with that new district, and I'm certainly looking forward to it. As I said, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. There's going to be times we agree to disagree there, but it's okay. But I would hope that they are open arms, and as I look forward to working with them in the coming months and years. It's a new area. It's not Lansing, not Pleasantville, but it tells you that the map worked. I mean, there was some disgruntled on both sides of the aisle, and I tell the story everywhere I go. I was not one who was really crazy about doing the redistricting, but it really wasn't about me. And what had happened was I've come to and every now and then, Frank Ballas, I do come to my senses. When I say that, it was, when they first mentioned it, I wasn't for it, because, you know, when you're comfortable in the zone, you're comfortable, and I always feel comfortable in Lansing, Pleasantville. But the fact was, when they had public meetings, we talked about it, the majority rules. And I made it very clear at those meetings, at the end of the day, I'm going to ride off into the sunset, whether sooner or later. And it's up to the voters. And so when we changed to go to the new district, Folks were saying that's a mistake, y'all can't win, et cetera. The naysayers, again, they got that tail between their legs. It worked. But it's some building. It's got to be understanding we're not going to be able to solve all the issues. I mean, at the end of the day, I said this on the whole entire campaign. When Ernest Corsi votes on anything, it's not just District 1, it's countywide. All of us voting on stuff that's countywide. And what ticked me off more than anything is when the Republican, certain, not all of them, let me be very clear. When Republicans come out and say, I was the do-nothing commissioner, my comment was, you better turn around and look at the 7 that I sit with on the board as well. If I'm a do-nothing commissioner, they damn sure do-nothing commissioners. And what I meant by that was, check the voting records. We damn near voted on everything the same. I crossed party lines, sometimes when it wasn't even popular. It was the right thing to do. And so what happens is that when you start pointing fingers and mistreating it, or at least telling lies, that didn't say much about my counterparts on this board. Because if I wasn't to do nothing, the 7 wasn't. And we all voted on the same stuff. It was moving the county forward. It was talking about reducing the taxes, safe streets, clean streets, economic development. We all talked about the same stuff. I've been here 9 years. I voted against one budget. And the one budget Frank Famika and I always laugh about this. It was the budget, Jerry, I think you and Bonnie are going to remember. It was at $600,000 that you and the administrator, you and the county executive took out of the budget for the libraries. And at that time, I represented Pleasantville. And I said, the comment was, I'd rather see a kid read a book than to pick up a gun. And so we're cutting money down to the budget for whatever the reason was. Other districts didn't mind, but I thought it was important for Pleasantville to keep that money in the budget. It was, I think it was $15,000, $20,000 max when we got finished. So we did some horse trading in that meeting. And at the end of the day, my colleagues at the time came to their senses, put the $15,000 to $20,000 back in the budget, and we kept the library in Pleasantville moving. That was called horse trading. We didn't always agree on the issues. We never took it personally. We did what we had to do, and we were very victorious to that. And so that was the only budget in 9 years I've ever voted against. So when the Republicans say I've been a do-nothing commissioner, I'm still trying to figure out where I've been a do-nothing commissioner. And everybody up here knows I laugh and joke. I have fun when the rubber meets the road. None of y'all could ever say I attacked y'all personal. We may have disagreed on the issue. We moved on to the next. This election has been a real eye-opener. My son is 20 years old. And the first thing he said, Dad, why in the world do you want to continue to do this? You know why I do this? I do it because I love what I do. And folks need a voice. And y'all will agree. I say stuff up here y'all might want to say, but y'all don't say, for whatever the reason may be. But y'all know me. Y'all know me. And most folks said you got to remember, but you got to forget. I ain't gonna do neither one. So I'm clear. I ain't doing neither one. I'm gonna remember it and I ain't forgetting. But on the flip side of that is as I indicated, I am looking forward to the new district. I'm looking forward to getting out there. Amy tried to give me a little run for my money on the Republican side with my opponent. Amy did a good job, but I still came out victorious. You had to do what you had to do. I like that. But one thing about people ask me, what do you think about Amy? Amy, all right, don't worry about Amy. Amy's all right. She sits next to me and kicks me every now and then. But no, on a serious note, I just wanted to thank the voters. I'm looking forward to the next 3 years. I never had a doubt that I was going to win. But one thing about this business, you don't take nothing for granted. I can point to 2 people, or at least one for sure. Steve Sweeney, who I consider a friend of mine. Who the hell would have thought he would have lost to a truck driver? Right? Who the hell thought Hillary Clinton would have lost to a crazy Donald Trump? The fact of the matter is, stuff happens. And when folks get comfortable, those are the results. But I say to not only to my opponent, But I say to everyone who ran in this election, if you still have signs out there on the roads, you need to get them up. Because it looks disgusting, signs hanging out forever and ever and ever. And if y'all see something in my mind, just call me, I'll come pick them up. But interesting, but we move forward. I told Sonya the other day, I said, damn, Sonya, I thought me and you were going to retire at the same time. She told me I still got a little bit more time to go. But I thank my colleagues for reaching out, calling. Thank you. Again, I look forward to the working relationships up here. Again, we're not going to agree on everything. That's the nature of the business. But I wanted to put that on the record, and let's move forward.
Thank you, Commissioner. Okay, well, that was under written communications and petitions.
I know, I just figured out wait. Amy kept telling me, just wait.
He's considering the ballot a petition.
Yeah. Who said I was going to follow the program, right? Is the agenda?
No, I do congratulate Commissioner Days and Commissioner Gatto and Commissioner Corsi again, and we do look forward to all working together again in 2023 moving forward. We'll now open the public comments portion. Anyone in person that would like to speak during public comments, please come to the podium, state your name and the town you reside. You'll be given up to 3 minutes to speak. If you're attending virtually, please type yes in the question and answer box. You'll be raised from an attendee to a panelist. When you're raised, again, state your name and the town that you reside. Would anybody like to come forward?
That's why it took so much time. I knew there was nobody on there. Nobody was there. They all let me.
Yeah, all our public, I don't know. Okay, so the good of the order, I just want to take the opportunity to wish everyone, as Commissioner Corky did, to have a happy Thanksgiving and joyous beginning to the holiday season. It's hard to believe for me that we'll be back together and it's going to be December. This is a year that has gone by quite quickly. This also gives me a chance to remind us all that the holiday season can be particularly difficult to those, who are suffering with mental illness. As we see the great need for that, which is really coming to a head, I think, in the past few years, we're recognizing it much more. I'd ask that we keep these individuals and their families in our thoughts as we come together with our families in celebrating Thanksgiving. Anybody else have something for the good of the order?
I would certainly like to add my congratulations to Ernest and to Amy and to Twitch on your reelection. Well done. And I always have a great respect for anyone who has the guts to go out and put their name on a ballot. It takes a lot of courage to do that. And it's a huge commitment, as we know. And I have a tremendous respect for all those that do that. Also, to Jerry, regarding our nursing home.
Yes.
How are we doing with recruitment there? I understand we've had some difficulties.
Correct. Yes.
Is there any light at the end of the tunnel there as far as, or is it still a tough road there?
It's been a tough road. One of the issues is the workforce development director, Fran Kuhn. Fran and I have had some conversations. He's going to see if there's something he can do through the Department of Labor at the state level to see if we can do some mentoring, those kinds of issues there. See if we can fill in some slots, if there's some funding available. And so he's going to work with James Raphael to see if there's something they can do to fill the slots.
Is it starting salary? Is it benefits? Is it work conditions? What can we do to jazz this thing up?
Well, I can only tell you this. I don't know if you remember, but we raised the salaries.
I know.
We opened the contract and we raised the salaries. We opened it going to help. So that is not really been a big driver yet. So I'm not sure whether or not we've done enough, publicly to let people know that. I talked to Fran. Fran's comment is, we moved it to like $18, if I remember, an hour. Fran is saying that, the field now is like 18 to 20 on the lower end of that number. But again, we had to start somewhere. So that was the number that we were working with, because that's what they had been telling Mr. Raphael, our nursing home administrator, that when they were going to other nursing homes, $18 seems to be the number that they're starting at. So that's where we went to.
Now, we're still able to take new people, correct? Into the home?
Yes, we probably are around, I'd say anywhere between 100 to 108, in the nursing home.
And I know that former Chief Ed Kroger was admitted
Right.
to the nursing home and just recently, and unfortunately, he passed. He was a former Northfield Police Chief. And I was just concerned whether we have the capacity, being short-staffed, of being able to take people in.
Right. Well, we're staffed, we're staffed, what a number I'm giving you is what we're staffed to handle. So I mean, there's not a question of, we're taking people in where we can't provide good care. We're providing good care with the number of people we have in there. So we're not gonna go over this 108, 110 people. We'll stay there until we can, recruit and fill the other vacancies.
Okay.
So Madam Chair,
Thank you.
Madam Chair, this one kind of like piggyback off of Commissioners Jerry, on a different note, but it deals with the nursing home. I've got like 2 or 3 different calls, and I meant to ask you, so I don't really want to put you on the spot. Word on the street that we're going to sell the nursing home?
The executives made it real clear, we're not selling the nursing home.
No.
I didn't-
Hell no.
I didn't think that was the case neither, but you know how the rumor mills get started, and it was only tied in because you talked about the staff and et cetera. So sometimes when you can't get the staff, what's your next alternative? Go out to a private company. So I mean, that's clear that there's no truth to that. I agree with Commissioner Risley. Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell to the no.
If I can just expound on that just for a moment. And, no, I think a county nursing home is a very legitimate entity to be running. It's a guarantee. It's a nursing home of last resort, so to speak. It's a guarantee for our residents that when they need this kind of care, it's there. And we've all been in many of the for-profit or whatever nursing homes and seen some of the conditions. And I'll put our nursing home up against any of theirs any day of the week. So I feel very passionate about it because I know so many people have used that facility over the years. And yes, no doubt we lose money on it, but it is a legitimate county function. And many counties have walked away from that, turned their back on that. But I don't think we should.
I agree. It's better to have it not needed, needed not have it. Because like you said, the residents is supposed to be our number one priority.
Exactly.
So
All
let me
about
say it
the
again,
county.
hell to the no. So
Anybody else have anything for the good of the order?
seeing none,
I will see none. I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
if you come into Atlantic City, watch the traffic. There's a lot of people in town for the league.
Are you making the motion?
I did make them. I just from that.
I was there today.
So moved.
I'm sorry. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.